So I had to do some research on how to get this power steering pump off. There's some bolts in the front, and there's a couple bolts here and here. So if I just take a open-end wrench and take these two bolts and just loosen them up, this whole front accessory drive should come off without actually having to take the pulley off and take these bolts out. So that should be pretty straightforward. So essentially I'm just working these two bolts out a little bit at a time, and you can see this bracket's coming loose. So they won't come all the way out, but they're separating from the back of the head. So as I work these out, they should just come off. There's only just these two bolts that come out. And I took these two water pump bolts out that made it easier to get the wrench in there. Then we'll take the water pump off. That's pretty easy. It's just a few bolts. This one, and these three, I believe, is all that holds that on. We got the alternator bracket and power steering pump taken off. All right, water pump's off, power steering pump is off. Now we'll get this AC compressor off. Just take this tensioner, release it, get the belt off. Just these 4 bolts, and then I took the transmission lines off, which I'm not going to be using because I'm using a manual gearbox with this application. All right, the AC compressor is removed. These are Corvette motor mounts. I'm not going to be using these. I'll be using the ICT billet conversion LS swap motor mount, so these are going to come off pretty easy. Just 3 bolts there. You can see it is a little crusty on the front of this engine. I'm trying to clean that up some, but these will be pretty easy to take off. All right, we got the motor mounts off. Next step, we're going to take this steam port off. So this is a steam passage, allows just coolant to get trapped air out of the cylinder heads on these LS motors, and then take the coil brackets off pretty easy. Just take these 4 studs out, and then these come off, and then we'll take the valve covers off and see what we're looking at underneath there. You never know with these junkyard engines whether they were regularly oil changed. It does look a little crusty, but I mean, it's a 2005 car, so that could just be normal road grime. And who knows how long it's been sitting in a junkyard. One thing about this place that I bought this from, they didn't have any video of the engine running or the engine in the car, so it's hard to say how long it's been actually outside of the actual car. All right, so I got all the accessories taken off. I took the starter off. It's just 2 bolts to hold that on pretty easy. This is your crank position sensor, so I believe this is a 24X reluctor, so that's going to matter later on. Pulled the valve covers off, and pretty happy with what I see so far. Don't see a lot of oil or carbon buildup in the rocker arms, so that's a good sign so far. This actually still has engine oil in it. I noticed when I pulled the dipstick out, so I'll have to drain that out, but I may cut this oil filter open too and take a look at it. I'm going to take this valley cover off next, just see what it looks like in there, and then that's probably as far as I'm going to get today. It's part 1. Part 2, I'm going to have these cylinders off, and then we'll pull this harmonic balancer off the cam cover. We'll pull the cam out, take a look at the camshaft and the timing chain. I already have a Brian Tooley Racing Red Hot cam that's going to be going in this. We'll replace the chain and probably the guide in there, just to have everything nice and fresh. And that's basically it for today. Thanks for tuning in.